thank you so much for joining me on another episode of Why I Love Flagler County, your local podcast spotlighting local businesses and local residents on what they love doing to be a part of Flagler County. So today I'm super honored and excited to have my guest, Tiffany Owens, with us today. I know Tiffany through BNI, and she's just been a really great contact to know. And she always gives, if anyone doesn't know how BNI works, every week you just get about 30 to 40 seconds to just kind of give a shout out and a kind of overview of your business. And I know Tiffany always has some like really great ways of being very creative with music and singing, and she has a perfect voice. So thank you so much, Tiffany, for coming on and sharing a few minutes of your time. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Of course. Well, so like you shared a little bit last week, you shared a little bit with the group, the BNI group, on what kind of inspired you and what brought you to start your business, because it's a really cool story actually. But I'd love to start. How long have you been in Florida, and then what kind of brought you down here to Flagler?
I've been in Florida since I was 10. I moved from West Palm, moved to West Palm, and then I was 18. I went to Jacksonville for school and just never really left and kept moving further south and just keep loving it. But I think I'm right where I want to be.
Yeah, that's awesome. So you kind of just kind of found Flagler through kind of going down and experimenting with different places that you were around.
Yes, actually, I live in really far south St. Augustine, but we do so much. My family and I do so much in Palm Coast because it's so close.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many resources available. We love the park down here for our kids, and it's an easy drive, and we love the community feel and just the kind of family first feel of it.
That's awesome. I love that so much. So I'd love for you to share a little bit about what you do. So I'll kind of let you explain it because I feel like I'm not the best, because you kind of work with some cool different things that maybe you're the best at explaining. So I'd love for you
Sure.
to kind of explain about that and then what brought you into it, because it's actually really cool, like how you got into it. And I'd love to for you to
Yeah,
share that.
yeah. Great. Well, first off, my company is Integrative Account Solutions, and I do um, sales and marketing for a medical biller and coder. And we also, another entity of it is that we buy accounts receivable from businesses that are closing or that have closed already. And my why of getting into this is I am a former registered nurse. I went to school at UNF in Jacksonville, go Ospreys. And um, so I was a nurse, and I was working on an oncology unit, actually. And I had an unfortunate event where I had a patient with continuous bladder irrigation. There was a huge splash of everything disgusting, blood, urine, everything all over me. Um, so I had to change into the scrubs that they had, which I had like an extra, extra small top, but like an extra, extra large bottom. So obviously, we know that the healthcare system is broken. Oops, sorry. Sorry.
Yeah.
We know that the healthcare system is broken, but I knew that if they couldn't even outfit me to do my job properly and safely, really, um, that there needed to be a change and there needed to be more support within the system. And my other why is that I was about a year ago, I was diagnosed with stage 3 colon cancer. And I was at Mayo for my treatment, and I just encountered so many wonderful nurses, doctors, physical therapists, and I'm working with a chiropractor now to repair some nerve damage that happened from chemo and everything kind of in between. So I'm really utilizing the medical community, and they've given so much to me. And I just want to give back and help them streamline their processes because I want them to be focused on patient care, and I'll take care of the rest. So
That's
at least
awesome.
the billing and coding aspect of it.
Yeah, well, I think that's really great. And for anyone who might not be familiar with what that means, is you help people with I guess kind of the back office of that financial aspect. And I'm sure for those that are listening and that resonates with them, that makes more sense than to someone who like me never worked in the medical field, never worked with billing. But hopefully at least that story I think was really amazing. So a huge congrats because you're I know you technically can't call yourself cancer free until like a certain
Yeah.
period, but you're no longer dealing with those treatments and you don't have to go through all
Yeah.
of that is what I
Yeah, technically cancer free, so that's a huge blessing and hoping to stay that way. So,
yeah. Well, many blessings to you. I know that it was a really
you know,
big part of your story, and I'm super glad that you're able to come now. And you've only been with Integrative Health, Account Solutions for about 6 months, but I know you've been doing some really great stuff with them. How have you liked it so far? Being kind of, I know you're technically South Augustine, but kind of being in this area of Flagler and St. John's, and I'm sure Volusia as well.
oh, I've really enjoyed it. I've loved it. We have two other marketers that I work with, and we each have our territory kind of close to where we live and kind of our community that we work with because we want to develop a reputation in the community and develop that trust. And I mean, what I say is I do the fun stuff. I just get to go have lunches. I get to meet people. I get to tell them more about what our biller and coder does, and he does what him and his team do what they're good at. And so they have so many resources. My our biller has been in the business for over 23 years. He specializes in um, physical therapy and chiropractic, medical billing and coding,
Mhm.
and he's so very familiar with PIP claims and PIP issues, which is personal injury protection.
Oh, wow, that's awesome. And I think that's a really great outlook on that for sales. I think it's easy for people to get caught up in either the commission or the check or something and be like, I just need to push. But I think I know in the BNI, a lot of us, most of us have this idea. We just want to get to know each other. We want to see how we can both benefit each other. We want to enjoy each other and enjoy each other's time together. And on things like these, where I'm really enjoying this conversation right now.
Oh, great. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, before you wrap up, you shared a lot of great stuff, and I really enjoyed you sharing your story, even if it's kind of a little, I think it's a little bit of the Cliff Notes version that you shared last week with the group. Um, but what would you recommend for people who kind of want to get out there in either the Flagler community, the St. John's community, or maybe wherever their local community be? Either they're new to the area or it's just kind of been a while since they've been active and doing things together.
What would I recommend
Yeah,
for?
like what advice would you give? Maybe like events that you've gone to that you've enjoyed or places you like to volunteer, anything like that.
Oh, okay. Um, what I would recommend as far as like business owners is it's be okay with rejection, be okay with the door being slammed in your face, and it's not personal.
Hmm.
It's not anything that you've done. It's kind of a numbers game, and just try to be not lose your authenticity and your optimism about business. And I know that times are always hard, like people in this economy, and just keep a positive attitude and keep plugging away and keep a smile on your face.
I think that's a really great advice. I think especially when you show up in these public events and you're not looking for the negative, you're just coming with the positive attitude. I think you'll be surprised by how much more positivity can be attracted into your life if that's just the general attitude and the spirit that you give. People can definitely see through that.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah. Well, Tiffany, thank you so much for coming on and sharing a few minutes of your time. I really appreciate it. I know I had a lot of fun and it was so inspiring to hear your story again. I mean, the second time in a row, but I really enjoyed it. So thank you
Thank you.
so much. I hope,
Thank you for
of
having me.
course. Well, thank you to everyone listening. I hope you guys liked this episode and there are definitely more, and I'll see you next time.
Sounds
Bye.
great. Bye.